Hey everybody, it is Mama Radha. How are you guys? I miss you. I've been working hard, very hard. We had a great family weekend. Daddy and our second oldest had a very good time, and it was a bit entertaining. Maybe someday I'll tell you some stories about that one. Anywho, basically, I got him to bed that night by wiggling my toes in front of him, and he was going across the floor till he got to the bedroom. It was fun. Anyway, God bless him. He's got to let loose sometimes. But I am going strong, doing very well. I'm in my 10th month of no smoking, no drinking, so woohoo. More important than that, to me at this point, because that's easy now, I'm like, psh, all good there, is getting back in shape. So my loving master and our third son and myself, we've been going to the gym in the morning again, and that's been awesome. And you know, he's right back in there doing his thing. He's so sexy. So I'm kind of, you know, we're playing catch up, but it's really fantastic, and I love watching him you know, train our son. And our son is the third one is the biggest one, and he's just going to be a beast. So it's awesome. Anywho, so something interesting happened when I went to the gym for the second time today. I went to do my laps, and I did 18 today. I try to do 2 more laps every time I go. And there was a couple gals in the sauna. Try to sit in there for a few minutes, you know, and she was saying, oh, he went to the store with her, and her friends like, sounds sus, you know, and then she played his message back to her out loud, and he said something like, I ain't doing shit, you know what I'm saying? So basically she was accusing him of whatever with the friend, and then, you know, they didn't say anything else, and we kind of were all leaving at the same time. I wanted to say something right there, but I was like, nah, there's a bunch of other women in here. I don't want to put her on the spot. So we happened to end up in the locker room at the same time. I was changing out my bathing suit and all that, and she had gorgeous long hair, and I said, oh my gosh, your hair is gorgeous, don't ever cut it. And she said, oh, that's so funny, I was just telling my friend that I need to cut it. And I was like, no. And I said, now I know I'm like, you know, an old lady over here, you know, and I'm sorry, but I gotta say, you know, I've been with my husband since we were 14, we're 47 now, 4 kids, yada yada. And I just said that, you know, I learned over the years that when I was a pain in the ass, when I bothered him, you know, when I was on his case about stuff, he would become very cold, very distant, and it was terrible. The more that I was loving, supportive, you know, the happier he was, you know what I mean? And I said, it's a competition, and you gotta fight for him. I said, I don't know if he's a good guy, I have no idea what's going on. She goes, oh, I have a really good man. I said, then you fight for him. It's competition, honey. So I said, you do your best, you know, you be a good woman to him, and it'll all work out. So that was my mama advice for the day. So she took it well, and I said, don't listen to your friends, no offense to her best friend that was there. I said, but you gotta listen to old married ladies like me. It's all good. I mean, because she had to be like 20. So anywho, so that made me happy. You know, it's always kind of awkward when you just kind of butt into people's business like that, but I mean, she played it, and we were 2 feet away from each other, so it's kind of hard not to hear. And I figure, what the heck, at least it's good advice. So, and I laughed because I thought about how many times, you know, have I done the same stupid stuff to my own husband, in my mind at least, questioning things. And of course, over the years, are you talking to someone? Who are you talking to? You know, I'm like, God, we are annoying. And the funny thing is, it's like, honestly, if we just do our job and we just leave him alone, he's fine. It's like whatever would work itself out, and he will stay with you. You know, and again, I'm not talking about somebody that's abusive, or, you know, just rubs things in your face and treats you like crap. And I'm talking about a good man. You know, he's not perfect, but he's a good-willed man, and he's trying his best, and he loves you, and he takes care of you, and, you know, and you have a family. Nobody's perfect. don't throw a perfectly good man away just to go back out in the streets for what? You know, find somebody with more problems, you know, and not good. So anywho, it was nice. And over the weekend, one thing that did happen was I did one of those female things where I was cleaning up my son's home. His wife went to babysit for a friend, and we were not actually going to stay the night, but they got lit together. They were having a great time and just talking. And my our second oldest was, you know, he'd been back at the gym himself for, you know, since high school, so it's been a couple years, and it'd been a solid month, and he was just excited, and his dad was excited, and so they were talking it up and everything. They were on the porch, and they were pretty lit. So anyway, so, you know, my husband's telling them all these stories about being at the gym, and, you know, just even when he's been at his top physical peak, the Hulk, you know, he was explaining to him that even then he was he was self-conscious. He felt like he was too fat to be dressed like that. I mean, so basically just saying, it's like your mind will always mess with you, make you feel like you're not good enough, and it's like the weeds in the garden, like Jim Rohn says, and you have to fight past that, and you have to learn to appreciate who you are, what you are, as you continue on your journey, you know. And it's a lifelong journey. It's not like just a month or 90 days or 6 months. You have to keep going, and that's something my husband's been very good at. Anywho, so he mentioned about, you know, all the gorgeous girls that, you know, he's worked out with at different gyms, and basically it was like, if I wasn't married, you know what I'm saying, and you know, I would have been fucking all of them. That's sorry. Basically, you remember they were lit. So, but basically I heard that much, and I didn't even mean to, because, you know, they're just loud and they're right there. So anyway, so they're going on and on and on and on, and I went out to give them something, and I don't know what the hell possessed me, but I was like, you can go F anybody you want to, whenever you want to. And he was like, whoa, 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 hold up, lady, what are you talking about? I said, I heard you want those gorgeous girls, go get them. Like, I was just so stupid, and I'm sober. It's so dumb. This is how dumb we are. Anyway, and my son is looking at me like, whoa, Mom, what are you talking about? And my husband literally, like, tears in his eyes. He's like, did you just hear the part where I told him that you supported me through everything, and I love you so much, and everything I do is for you? No, you didn't hear that part, did you? And I was like, I'm sorry, Daddy. He's like, I just got done telling him how amazing you are, and yada yada. And I'm just like, oh, dang, stupid. I was like, well, I'm 47 years old. We've been together for so long, and I still do these stupid things. Like, why couldn't I have self-control? You know what? Because he wouldn't just backhand me. If he did, I probably would have more self-control. But anywho, these are my confessions. I figure somebody can learn from them, you know. Don't do what I did. There are times that I resist, and then I'm glad I resisted, but there are times that I mess up. And I was really tired that night, no excuse, but I was waiting for them to go to bed. I'm like, please, let's go to bed. I'm so tired, but they're so big and they were so tipsy. I said, I have to make sure they're in bed safely. You can't be that big of a guy and fall down and crack your head or something. I was just, you know, I'm a mama. I worry too much. So, but anywho, all in all, it was great. You know, they had a great talk. And the other thing that I realized was that I have been really hard on myself, kind of deservedly so, I have to say, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I told myself I wouldn't ever, you know, gain so much weight and blah, blah, blah. And that's probably the only reason I've missed smoking, but because that definitely helped me keep my weight off. But anyway, but regardless, I have to do that without smoking. So, but you know, timing's everything, and we're doing it, and I'm doing it. And I've got the MyFitnessPal thing, which I remember Island Hermit had recommended, and this chick, Canadian chick on TikTok, she's a trainer, made friends with her, and she's like, yes, use it. So I was like, okay, fine. And now I'm tracking everything, and it really helps. So I'm happy about that. And you know, but the whole point is that I realized that the struggles that I deal with, I have to overcome so that my kids can know that they can overcome them too. It's like whatever battles you deal with, your kids are going to deal with them too. Maybe because it's human nature, and some of it may be generational curse type stuff. I mean, depression does run in my family. My father's mother drank a lot. I don't know if she actually burnt their house down or not, but the house, it caught fire and she had passed out, and it's not good. Anyway, and she died very young. So it's serious, and so I always think about that. And it's one of the reasons why I quit drinking. One of the reasons why I quit smoking. The 420 and the cigars, because I didn't want my children to say, "Oh, well, why should I worry about family addiction? My mom's still doing it, blah, blah, blah." I mean, my dad's an old hippie. Just saying, love you, Dad. So I didn't want that for my kids. And my husband's very disciplined. So I was like, I got to do it. But anyways, a bit of rambling, but it's important. And even if you don't have children, you have to do it for yourself, and those around you will be positively affected. I have someone that is an alcoholic that checks up on me now and then. It's like, "You still quit?" I said, "Yep." She's like, "Wow, I'm so proud of you." I'm like, "You could do it too." Whenever you're like, enough is enough, and don't cry. Our third son, he just gets like very concerned, like a PTSD level of anxiety, from being so concerned about what I would do. Because those few times I got really, really, really trash when I was not doing well, I really scared him. And for that reason alone, no drinking for me. I can't do that to him. It affects the other kids too, but for him, big time. So anyway, yeah, journey of life. Keep overcoming. We can do it. And I told my son that you have good days and you have bad days, but you just keep going. And ultimately, you'll have more good days, more positive days than bad days. And the positivity will turn down the volume on that negativity that's trying to rob you. So it's not like it goes away completely, but you can change the volume on things where that voice that's telling you can't do it, what if you can't do it, you're not good enough, and all those things becomes much lower and less frequent. And personal development's very, very important for that. Jim Rohn is fantastic. He's like the legend. He's old. He's he's passed on now, but he's so wise. If you can handle listening to an old man, he's very, very smart, very wise. Taught a lot of people. Anyway, yep. So I'm trying to teach my daughter better, because again, my mom, I love her, never taught me anything about any of this stuff. So I just kind of had to learn it on my own from what my husband's taught me and the wonderful manosphere. God bless you all. So that's probably good for now. I gotta go, and I'll talk to you soon. And sorry I've been so busy, but I gotta keep my priorities in order. All right, ciao.